Hello and welcome to the newsroom. I am Mary Kanu. There is unrest in the Ogba area of Lagos State over the alleged shooting of a motorcyclist by a police officer. The incident occurred on Thursday when the police officer refused to pay for the service rendered to him by the motorcyclist. In what appears to be a calculated movement of reprisal, eyewitnesses say motorcyclists from the north and other northerners are currently on rampage, mobilizing themselves around the community. Residents have scampered for safety in and around Ogba as the clash is escalating. Security operatives have been stationed at the Area G police station in the area. The federal government has set up a panel to probe the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA). Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday, revealing the panel would commence work on Monday. Hadiza Bala Usman was suspended as Managing Director of the authority, and in his statement, Shehu said Buhari had approved a panel of inquiry on NPA and directed Usman to step aside while recommending the Ministry of Transportation under Rotimi Amechi to set up an administrative panel of inquiry to investigate the management of the Ports Authority. Courts across the country will remain closed until at least next week after a meeting between judiciary workers and representatives of the federal government ended with no concrete solutions. The workers have been on strike since April as they insist on financial autonomy for the judiciary. At Thursday's meeting, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, reiterated that the federal government has no problem with the issue of financial autonomy for the judiciary. He pleaded with the workers to suspend their strike so that all the procedures can be initiated. With coronavirus cases still surging to record levels, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is facing growing pressure to impose a harsh nationwide lockdown amid a debate whether restrictions imposed by individual states are enough. On Friday, India recorded a new record of 414,188 confirmed cases in the past 24 hours, with a tally of over 21.4 million cases since the pandemic began. The Health Ministry also reported 3,915 additional deaths, bringing the total to 234,083, although experts believe both figures are an undercount. The House of Representatives has resolved to invite various departments and agencies of the federal government over illicit financial flows in Nigeria. At the plenary on Thursday, the House specifically mandated its committees on finance, anti-corruption, financial crimes, banking and currency, and insurance to investigate the phenomenon of illicit financial flows and appraise the federal government's current policy framework to curb the continuous loss of Nigeria's revenues to illicit financial flows. The House also mandated some committees to appraise the Federal Inland Revenue Service's current framework for identifying, tracing, preventing and sanctioning cross-border tax evasion. The Malawian government has ordered thousands of long-integrated refugees to return to its sole but badly overcrowded refugee camp in a controversial move that many have vowed to resist. The United Nations estimates there are around 2,000 refugees residing outside the camp at Zaleka, about 40 kilometers north of the capital, Lilongwe. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Malawi says the directive was in line with the country's encampment laws, but advised the government to reconsider. But the government argues the refugees pose a potential danger to national security by living among locals. And now in sport, 9-time African champions Nigeria will be one of 4 participating teams at this year's Women's National Team Summer Series that would also have the Women A national teams of hosts the United States of America, Portugal and Jamaica in attendance. The Glamour tournament, which was also held in 2017 and 2018, will run between 10th to 16th of June 2021 and will see the Super Falcons clashing with their Jamaican counterparts in Houston on 10th before taking on Portugal on the 13th at the BBVA Stadium. Well, that's all on the newsroom. Do join us at the top of the hour for more updates. I'm Mary Kanu. Bye for now.